Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Know About Embedded Systems. In today's video, we will understand how to read, analyze and understand our STM32 microcontroller user manual. So before starting the video, if you're a new viewer to my channel, kindly subscribe my YouTube channel, click on bell icon and share this videos to your friends and colleagues. Let us start the video. So guys, first important thing you should know, what is this user manual? Any silicon manufacturer develops a new microcontroller, they will release a document. Different types of documents they will release. Those documents are divided into different things. Let us discuss that part slightly. You can see here. So whenever the new microcontroller is released from the silicon developers, you can see whenever the silicon developer they produce a new microcontroller, they're going to release a new document, technical documentation. These technical documentations are divided into different parts. You can see here there are totally 3 to 4 different documents the silicon manufacturers they're going to release. The one will be datasheet and one will be reference manual, or also it is also called as a user manual, and one more is programming module. So what will be there in these 3 that we will discuss. First of all, what do you mean by datasheet? Datasheet means it's a technical parameters or electrical and electronic parameters, and its pin description is going to be explained in the datasheet. So datasheet will contain a physical and electrical specifications that includes pin diagrams, pin description, electrical characteristics such as voltage, current, frequency of operation, packaging and so on. That is called as datasheet. So datasheet means a physical, electrical and other electrical specifications, voltage, current and all these informations will be given in the datasheet. This is the first type of documentation the silicon developers are going to release. Second type of document, that's called as a reference document, or it's also called as user manual. The blue color, whatever I'm highlighting here, reference manual, this is also called as user manual. In this user manual, in detailed explanation of your microcontroller will be given. It provides the comprehensive information and its applications to the developers on how to configure the microcontroller and how the internal memory is arranged, designed, how the hardware peripherals are working, so how the registers are mapped, how the registers need to be configured. All these informations are going to be explained in the reference manual. In order to develop any microcontroller programming, you should have these 2 documents. One is a datasheet and one is a reference manual. This is also called as user manual. So this is these 2 are very important, and then we will have programming manual as well. So in the programming manual, usually this is going to focus only on the processor and its core architecture and its instruction set. So this programming manual is going to be focused only on your core processor architecture, core processor registers and core processor instructions. Okay, so like this, silicon developers are going to release 3 major documentation: datasheet, technical reference manual, or it's also called as a user reference manual, and then third one is program example, where I'll be showing both the datasheet and reference manual. How to understand reference manual and how to understand datasheet, both we will discuss now. So here you can see, so this is my STM32. So you can see here, this is my datasheet, STM32 F411 datasheet, and like that also I have also user manual. You can see here, this is called as user manual. Like this, you need to download your reference manual or a datasheet from the respective website. Today I'm talking about STM32. Tomorrow, if you're learning other than STM microcontroller, you have to download the respective microcontroller user manual from the respective website. So when I open this, I'll show you 2 examples. You can see this is my reference manual. Here in the top you can see it is showing as reference manual. So this is my reference manual, and on the other side you can see here, this is my datasheet. Okay, so you should understand first of all what is datasheet and what is user manual or a reference manual. So in the datasheet, most of the electrical and physical parameters are going to be explained. What is operating frequency, what is the voltage level, what is the current, what is the temperature threshold values, what are the pin out diagrams. All these informations will be provided in your datasheet. Okay, so now I'm going to explain you datasheet, how to understand the datasheet. Now you can see here, this is my datasheet. So in this datasheet, they are going to explain the complete features, electrical and physical parameters and electrical characteristics are going to be explained in this datasheet. You can see here they have given the physical specification in this diagram, and also you can see here this point. You can see what they're telling: operating voltage 1.7 to 3.6, minus 40 degree to 125 degree temperature range, which is going to operate in an ARM Cortex-32 bit microprocessor, operating speed up to 100 megahertz, and operating the execution instruction 125 DMIPS. So like that, all the parameters, electrical and our physical and electrical parameters are going to be explained in the datasheet. So again, if you see here, in detail they have explained here. You can see internal operating range, and then the RTC operating and voltage. You can see similar to that. You can see here power consumption and other parameters, current rating, voltage rating. All these informations are going to explain in the datasheet. Okay, so like that, datasheet is used to analyze and understand the electrical parameters and also physical design, how the microcontroller in a physically it is designed. I will show you one more example here. Something you can see the point number 6. So this is your chapters. In each, whether it's a user manual or a datasheet, we will have a proper bookmarking here, nothing but different chapters. Each chapter will explain one type of either characteristics or one type of peripheral they're going to explain. Okay, now if you see here chapter number 6, if you observe, he's talking about, this chapter talks about electrical characteristics. When I go here, you can see what is the temperature value and what is the voltage value. You can see here, right? And then what will be the current and what will be capacitance, low capacitance value which are used, and how the power supply schemes are designed. Such informations you will get in the electrical characteristics. Okay, so if you want, you can go through in detail in this document later. One more example I'll take here: package information. Package information means how the microcontroller pins are packed. So that part you can see here in the package information. Now you can see like this it is designed, and then so they have given the symbols and types, minimum millimeter. You can see they have given the spacing as well. What is the space between between each port pins? Okay, so like this, always datasheet talks about electrical and physical characteristics of your microcontroller, which includes current, voltage, and so on. But on the other hand, the reference manual or user manual will talk about in detailed explanation of each peripherals. Right, that's what I kept it, right? So what do you mean by reference manual? Reference manual will explain in detailed or comprehensive information about the microcontroller, its design, its registers and its memory architecture, and so on. Right, so now I'll go to the reference manual. You can see this is my reference manual, and when I go to the top, yeah, you can see here this is my reference manual, STM32 reference manual. So first of all, what you should understand here is, so every document will have its own chapters. Each chapter will explain about one particular topic. Okay, so one particular topic or one particular peripheral. If I expand here, you can see here he's talking about CRC. Chapter number 4 is talking about CRC. Chapter number 5 is talking about PWR. Chapter number 6 is talking about a reset and clock control. And it goes on like that. Every chapter will discuss, every chapter will explain about one peripheral. Okay, so now what I will do, for easy understanding, I will go to the chapter number 8, that is called as GPIO. The main thing of GPIO is You know that already. GPIO stands for general purpose input output. So in this GPIO chapter, the first and foremost thing is the pin, how the pins are designed and what are the pin characteristics. That usually they'll explain the data sheet, but in the user manual they're going to explain how the pins can be configured, how the port pins can be configured, how the data we can send, and how the data can be read from the microcontroller. All these informations they're going to explain in this chapter. And what are the different registers, how we have to configure, and how to read and write. All this information they're going to explain in this chapter. Now again, I'll just take you to the same GPIO, and here you can see every peripheral will have the list of registers which we're going to use. You can see here, this is a register map for your GPIO. The list of registers which GPIO will support. So GPIO, in this microcontroller GPIO, we have mode register, GPIO mode register. Then we have output type register. You can see here the first register is a GPIO mode register. Similar to that, we have GPIO output type. O type means output type register. Then we have GPIO speed register, and then we have pull up data register, whether you want any pull up or not. For that there is a register. Then we have IDR. IDR stands for input data register. Then similar to that, we have ODR, output data register we have. Then we have BSR, stands for bit set and reset register. Then we have lock register. Then we have alternate function register. Like this, every peripheral will have its own list of register. We have to understand, we have to first read, analyze, then understand, then you can go for programming. So this is the way. First you have to read, then you have to understand, read, analyze, understand, then you can go for programming. So for that reason, reference manual or user manual plays a very important role. So now I'll take you to the one or two different registers for easy understanding. So I'll go to the mode register. This is my GPIO register subchapter. I'll click on this, and now you can start GPIO mode register. GPIO mode register. So this is used. What is the use of this GPIO mode register? You can understand here what he is telling. Usually the brief explanation will be given in this register explanation. So what he is telling, so this GPIO register is used to configure your GPIO as input port or output port or alternate function or in analog mode. So you can use 4 different operating modes for your GPIO. Input you can configure, output you can configure, alternate function you can do, and also you can go for analog mode. Okay, so this is the main usage of this register. And how to do? So for each port pin they have defined 2 bits. You can see here, this is for one port pin. This is for one port pin. Like this, every port pin are mapped with the 2 bits. So you can use this combination, the combination whatever you're seeing here, like 00, 01, 00, 01, then 10, then 1. You can use this combination in order to configure your port pins as input port or output port or alternate function or in analog mode. Okay, so this is the main intention of this register. I'll take you to the one more register, output type. You can see here there is a register called as output type register. O type we will call. O type means output type register. GPIO output type. What is the use of this O type or output type? This is used to enable the pull-up register, whether do you require any output pull-up registers or not. For that purpose we will use. Okay, similar to that, if you want to configure any specific speed, you can see usually microcontrollers can be configured with a different speeds. Even GPIOs also can be configured in a different speed. So we have low speed, we have medium speed, we have fast speed, and we have high speed. In order to configure the speed of your GPIO, we will use this speed register. Similar to that, pull up pull up and pull down register. Okay, so we have pull up and pull down register, and then yeah, so if this is used to enable the pull up register. So then we have IDR, you can see here, GPIO IDR stands for input data register. So this input data register is used to read the data. Okay, so this GPIO IDR register is used to read the data from any input device. Then similar to that, we have output data register, ODR we will call. ODR stands for output data register, which is used to send the data from your microcontroller. So like that, we have configuration lock register. If you want to lock your configuration, for that purpose we will use GPIO lock register, or a GPIO lock register configuration we will use. So like that, this is a one more important thing, GPIO alternate function register. You can configure your GPIO port pins in a different configuration. You can make it as an input port or output port, or analog functionality also you can do, and also special functions also you can do. That special configuration we can do it in a AFR, that stands for alternate function register. Okay, so like this, user manuals plays a very important role in understanding your microcontroller architecture and its register explanation. The user manual is used to understand the microcontroller, especially microcontroller memory architecture and microcontroller peripheral behavior and microcontroller peripheral register behavior and its design. By using this, next step nothing but you can able to develop the program using these registers, and by understanding your user manual and its peripherals and its register. So in the next video, I'll be going to release one video which is based on STM32 programming. Keep watching my channel. Please subscribe my YouTube channel, click on bell icon, and share these videos to your friends.